So which name will be on the trophy? Underneath that of Olga Morozova, the champion back in 1973, the last women's champion at Queen's. Will it be Anisimova or Maria? Well, we talk about the contrast in playing styles, the contrast here as well with the serve and then what she produces off the ground, because the German serve is a very, very good one, as we're about to find out.
Ready, play. Outs. 15 left.
That's a good sign for Anisimova. If she gets the first strike in the rally, Mel, that's where she's going to be at her most dangerous today.
Yeah, I think so. And interesting that Maria actually hit the single-handed topspin backhand or block backhand on the first one rather than going with the slice. It's been such an interesting career for Tatjana Maria. Was formerly Malik. There's her husband, Charles, and daughter on the right there, Charlotte, who's 11, a great tennis player herself. But for Maria, she used to hit topspin on both the forehand and backhand. After having Charlotte, came back with the slice on the backhand side.
And it looks like her younger daughter, Cecilia, is having a little doze, as she's got into the habit of doing when mum goes on the court. Just going to have a little snooze. Charlotte, a very promising young player as well. More on that in a second. Oh! Well, that was a fabulous rally. And it just gave us a glimpse of what Anisimova is going to try and do when that slice keeps that low. But the German had an answer for everything there.
Yeah, and it's such a clever slice. She gets the inside of the ball and you can see it bounce away from Anisimova, but she also follows the line of the ball well, really covers the net beautifully. It was a good shot from Anisimova, but she just had the craft to get the volley away from her.
Well, she's talked so much. She's 37 years young now, is Tatjana Maria, 38 in August, and she said she just wants to keep playing while she's enjoying it and her body is letting her perform, and it's certainly doing that. Look at the differential, though, at the time on court.
Yeah, the 2 extra matches in the qualifying, just helping bump that number up. But she says she doesn't feel her age. She feels physically fit, really good this week, and in general just loves playing tournaments.
It's interesting, she was following that in, very smart so to do as well. As you can see, it is another breezy day here.
Yeah, matches Maria's ace down the tee on the advantage court. Getting some nice slice on the serve.
Back in behind, which is actually made to make your opponent feel uncertain with the footing. Actually, Anisimova just took a little slip there. All is well, happily. It's a great illustration of how effective that slice is.
Yeah, and how it can just put a little seed of doubt into your mind. We know Anisimova wants to step in and crunch the ball, but then going to this forehand slice herself just didn't quite commit to it.
Looking for the length, which she wasn't able quite to find, and that will be a nerve settling start to the final for the American. Both these women have 3 titles on the CV, the resume. There's Anisimova's record. Maria's is perfect. Made it, eventually.
Yeah, gorgeous volley to finish off the point. Lovely hand skills and forcing Maria to go with the single-handed top spin again. That's what she wants to see.
Oh, that's a beauty. Fantastic angle as well to see exactly what quality Anisimova was putting on the ball there.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the start to this match. A bit like against Jen as well, looking really sharp with the footwork, but also we've seen her with a couple of slices as well, something that we were expecting from Maria. Onto the racket of Anisimova, backing it up beautifully with the finish.
Great 1-2 combination. It had to be.
Yeah, and we saw that perfect record in finals for Maria. Did face a top 20 opponent in the Yorker on the grass back in 2018 against Sevastova. She's been able to serve her way out of trouble this week. Saved the 1 break point she faced against Madison Keys. Saved 9 of 10 against Rybakina. Held off the love 30.
Four points in a row from Tatjana Maria. The qualifier really getting her act together there in that service game to just hold Anisimova at arm's length. Keep an eye on the unforced errors, which are just starting to tick up a little for Anisimova. Oh, she did not look comfortable there.
13.
She's got power as well, and the placement to go with it.
Yeah, I think at times this week we've maybe felt that she could hit over more than she has, but she shows that she can step in and attack when needed.
Emphatic break of serve. Such a clever return game that she put together there.
Yeah, she's just so good tactically out on the court, and a little bit of what I was expecting of her, just being so calm and just enjoying the start of this final for Tatjana Maria. Knows that she disrupts the play of her opponent. She looks to break up their rhythm, and that's just giving her so much confidence out on court.
And this is where she's so effective on grass, because she's got that serve to back up what she's able to do on return. Making the most of it too right now.
Well, she won 89% of her first serve points against Madison Keys. 73% against Rybakina, and keeping those numbers nice and high, which is why the scoreline seems to be running away from Anisimova here.
Well, the unforced errors have just ticked up to 7 now. The scoreboard is rattling along. We've only had 14 minutes on court. Most 5 games gone, and look at that shift in momentum. That's a rare freebie that's been handed from her side of the net. Daughter Charlotte is a very promising tennis player. Has been playing IMG Future Stars events. Nice.
Yeah, found a way through in the end. The thoughts are whirling around inside Anisimova's mind, because she's trying to really respect the game of Tatjana Maria, get a lot of extra topspin on her own shots to keep the safety, the ball in court, just out manoeuvring and finding the opening.
Such a clever combination, a nasty one to have to deal with. And so far, so very good for the qualifier. Oh, she was having a very long ponder about how to recover this situation.
Yeah, it's going back to basics for Anisimova here on her service games. It's only the one breaker's serve. It just looks like such a deficit that using the serve to flatten out then so close to that net tape on the next ball.
Yep. Wasn't able to get forward quickly enough, and Anisimova had bags of space to fill.
Yeah, and had time on the ball this time to then use that whip action. Getting that short cross-court forehand. Yeah, just telling herself to fight, and you feel like this is the kind of game she needs when the scoreline's 1-4.
Oh, delightful.
A little game of cat and mouse there, wasn't there? It was the element of surprise off the racket of Maria with the drop shot return, but Anisimova has the clarity of thought to be ready for anything, quick up to it, and nice, delicate touch reply. She's earned a lot of fans this week, hasn't she, Tatjana Maria, former Wimbledon semi-finalist. A lot of respect for her, especially when her daughters are sitting at the side of the court as well.
Well, these have been her first top 20 wins since she made it through to the last four at Wimbledon back in 2022. On that occasion, she beat Maria Sakkari, who was the world number 5, and then Jelena Ostapenko in a very memorable encounter on number 1 court in the 4th round. I think if memory serves, Ostapenko may have had a match point.
It shows she's feeling the pressure. Annoyed at herself for missing that. Hasn't hit too many unforced errors at all, only 3 to date. Back at her match against Keys, only 6, 12 against Rybakina, but so many more from her opponent. She likes to stay solid.
40-15.
It is 40-15. Our score bug just missing out Anisimova's point.
Yeah, it's nice. Had to be careful because that ball was dropping rapidly below the level of the net.
Yeah, it's making those adjustments. So she would have initially wanted to play the drive volley, but realizing that it was dipping on her, just keeping that racket head in front to redirect the ball. .40-30 now.
She's a human dynamo. She was everywhere in that point.
Such a fun tennis point. Anisimova did well just to hold back at the net that time, anticipating the lob, and that just helped her out, being able to get the smash back into play. Having to play the extra ball once again.
That was a return she really got hold of.
Yeah, there was a different sound. A real crunch into the connection between strings and ball.
First chance for the break back. Oh, that's a beauty. Real composure there from Anisimova. And no little craft as well, as she finds a way back in this opening set. Oh, this final bubbling up nicely. That's a great response from Anisimova. Mel, talk us through the difficulty of having your rhythm disrupted against a player like Tatjana Maria after this point because of the different challenges that she offers.
Yeah, it's just so frustrating. You can see it there, and you're constantly having to just remind yourself to stay calm out on court. It really tests you when you're being pushed and pulled, but you don't quite have the pace coming through, especially for the big hitters. It pushes that technique, it pushes your core. We saw to 4-1 that Anisimova quite a few times looked quite off balance and that she was jolting to the ball. And shots like that again, that it just wears you down and forces that error off your strings, just that slight doubt in your mind.
That's outrageous. How has she won that point? That's what Anisimova's asking herself right now.
15-14.
Just the movement and the court coverage, the anticipation from Tatjana Maria, getting herself to so many extra balls, dipping it low again at the toe, so difficult to play.
Again, that slice just drifting away from Anisimova as she made contact. And yeah, Mum is a break to the good again. Interestingly, Mel, her daughter Charlotte has a two-handed backhand, not the one-handed slice, although she can apparently go there when she needs to.
Yeah, I was looking into this because I thought it'd be interesting if she was playing slice forehands or backhands. But again, Maria did start out her career hitting over the forehanded backhand, lost confidence in the backhand. That's why Charles then spoke to her about going to the single-hander when she took that maternity leave after having Charlotte. And I believe it's only really started slicing the forehand even more so since coming back after having Cecilia.
Well, she's a mum of two. And the WTA this week announced a new special eligibility ranking rule, which allows players who are exploring fertility procedures such as egg or embryo freezing to be protected in their ranking while they so do. That's a new initiative for the players.
Yeah, they have to have been off for at least 10 consecutive weeks for that, and then get the protected ranking for the 3 tournaments that they can use within 10 weeks of their return. It's just so many changes.
Well, the constant this week has been the quality from this woman, and she keeps producing it. Another set safely secured, playing the most exquisite tennis.
Second set, Anisimova.
Well, looking at those stats, Mel, as you were chatting over them, I did think, I mean, she'll win an awful lot of sets with numbers like she had, 14 winners to 12 unforced errors. So she'll feel a little hard done by the American in some regards. But it's errors like that, the forced errors, that are really becoming an issue.
Yeah, and it's forced because on this surface it's skidding that extra bit lower, and you're trying to then, even there, retrieve it back with a slice, but you can't quite get your strings underneath the ball. It's just such clever play from Maria.
Oh. Well, I think there's a little bit of scar tissue there just because of the number of balls that Tatjana Maria has either hunted down or been competitive in. And that forced her to just take a bit more of a bite out of that volley.
Yeah, and even the shot before, though, the shot cross court, you think from Anisimova, she's got that weight of shot where she could really go for it. But I think she's watched the previous couple of matches. Rybakina maybe didn't give it the respect, tried to hit those big shots, missed. She's trying to contain that aggression. That's where, again, you just kind of battle yourself. Should I hit this big, or should I get more spin, move it around the court? Because she had the opening with the previous point. The volley was there for the taking to hit the winner. But it's just that extra ball that you're having to play every time. Also, we have to talk about the effectiveness of the return. It just completely neutralizes the serve when Maria does get a racket to the ball.
Well, alarm bells are going off in the mind of Anisimova right now. and they just got a bit louder. That was not the start to the set she wanted. It's just a continuation of the quality from the racket of the German.
And again, that slice return low, quite short actually, landing around the service line. Usually you would say that would be mopped up in the danger area for someone like Anisimova, who would really punish it. But Maria knows with her fitness level, her fitness skills, that she's able to then cover the angles that Anisimova would have from that ball. And just, it's perplexing for players out there. Asking for a little advice from her team. Rick Vlieshauers, strength and conditioning trainer as well, Rob Brandsma, is here with her this week. He says how if you're a better athlete, you're a better player out there on the court. It's all about the mental game for Anisimova out here today.
It's Elaine Paige. Big fan of women's tennis. Oh, unloaded on that.
Yeah, recently announced that Elaine Paige will be given a damehood. Plenty to celebrate.
Oh, absolutely sumptuous.
Sensational slicing. Look at the racket head and the side spin on this ball. Completely dies off the grass court surface.
Well, just the effort of trying to retrieve that ball, flooring Anisimova.
Let's reserve.
She is pummeling Anisimova right now with this engaging combination of guile and magic dust on that racket. And then the power off the serve and occasionally off the ground as well. And right now, there isn't too much the World 15 can do about it.
Yeah, and it's so difficult when you're getting so many different looks of shots at you. It's not all slow at her where she just has to deal with the slice. It's then the fast pace off the serve, and it's just, yeah, incredible. So frustrating to play against from the other end. Any player out there can really relate to that in moments where sometimes you just want the ground to eat you up, but she's trying to figure it out here.
Beautifully dispatched.
15.
Hit that drive volley right on the line. No margin forever. missed
swear
it.
she's so clever, Tatjana Maria. She just forces you to hit one more ball, and it's always an awkward ball, isn't it?
Yeah, and Anisimova knows it's coming. You could see she didn't even bother closing in towards the net after her previous shot. Maria on the run is going to lift it up, but she gets this height and depth. Again, just the contact point. You've then got to really be clinical in your finishes.
Well, that's a collector's item. You feel like she's hardly missed today. Having a little smile about it herself.
But Anisimova's gone away.
Errors, Mel.
Yeah, Anisimova early on, didn't she? She used the slice and it did look effective, but it's something she's gone away from and rather given Maria some rhythm on her own shots there. Just the difference in a slice compared to topspin. Maria didn't quite get a hold on her own slice, and that's what drew it wide.
That's a test survived. Very important one as well. Just the one break between them in this second set. But Tatjana Maria in charge right now. 43 minutes on the match clock. And so far the qualifier has had everything her own way. Just imposing her will right now on the world number 15. Oh, just looking at the stats, Mel, she's come forward 18 times in the match today. One half of those points.
But it doesn't faze Tatjana Maria at all.
She's been dragged there.
Yeah, when she's got someone at the net, she quite enjoys it. She hit that smash. Actually, Madison Keys came in 38 times, won 29 of those points, and yet Maria still wasn't fazed by it, kept on going and used the rest of the game as well.
Just lost her bearings, caught a little bit betwixt and between in every regard in that point.
It looked like an awkward trajectory for Anisimova to try and hit the smash, but then she was moving backwards, so to try and play a drive volley would have been quite caught up close to the body, let it drop, and again Maria clever with the shorter ball. Pushing and pulling the movement of Anisimova.
Oh, that is going to hurt for Anisimova. But Maria and the crowd loving it.
Oh, you just have to watch it with a big smile from Tatjana Maria's point of view. For Anisimova, heartbreaking, so many balls, and Maria can just read what she's about to do with it. Her face crumpled at the end of that point.
Great response.
Yeah, there's the pace, and you wonder if she'll try and find a few more opportunities to really release the backhand like this.
Just waited for Maria to make her move. This has been really impressive from Anisimova after that brutal point, which she should have won about 14 times, it felt like,
Yes.
and then missed the volley at the end of it. She's come back so strong here.
Yeah, trying to draw on that inner belief she has in her own game. Yeah, she wants to give the racket the treatment. The frustration is mounting.
Well, it's mental and physical as well, isn't it, Mel? Talk about that. You're so used to moving side to side laterally, especially a ball striker like Anisimova, but so many times she's being dragged forward whether she wants to or not. The quads are taking a hammering, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. The forwards and backwards and the diagonal movement too, and that's how you get the glutes, the hips. Especially early on in the grass court season, all those areas are really being tested. Anisimova having to battle against her own mentality. She is fun to watch because you always know what she's really feeling inside, and we saw that against Jen. She really kind of lost her mental ways in the second set, but was able to regroup and said she had to stay in the present moment. Oh.
Channeling it magnificently there. Trying to make a stand in this game.
Yeah, Maria will be fully aware that if Anisimova gets too wound up, she might actually crunch a few of these winners back to back. She's hit 22 now compared to 8 off the racket of Maria.
Oh, come on. Inspired.
The crowd really appreciating both women out here and what they're bringing to the court. Anisimova, beautiful tennis. The last few points now.
Would you believe it? Well, 23 winners for Anisimova. 13 have come off the forehand today. She hit 15 off the backhand against Sonny Cartel earlier this week. So she's dangerous from all over the court, but she's meeting her match today.
Oh. Finding the angle when you didn't think she had it. Keeping her eye on the ball, using the wrist action on both the return and next shot.
They're bringing the best out of the other at the moment. Well, we haven't had women's tennis at Queen's for 50 years plus, but this final and the quality of it feels like it's been worth the wait. It's been stunning.
It really has. That point just showing how close both players were playing to the outside of the line, the court coverage, the fitness levels, the hand skills. So entertaining.
She is really trying to make a stand here. Feels this is the moment she climbs back into the set, maybe the match as well.
Yeah, and you feel the importance for her. 3-1 down, a set and 3-1 down with the break. Then mentally, it can just feel like such a mountain to have to climb. The difference in second serve points won. For Maria Anisimova really trying to pick on that hit. That's where it's been key for Maria. We saw the ace when she did face break point. Bring out her best tennis in those moments.
She is not letting her out of this game. Well, by far the longest game of the match. 7 deuces we've had. A couple of break points as well. And another chance here for Tatjana Maria to just wriggle a little further away from Anisimova. Well, that reaction tells you all you need to know from the qualifier. An explosion of relief more than anything. She knows how big that was.
Yeah, she had to dig deep and use all that experience. She's third on the list of most matches played in WTA history. That's behind Navratilova at the top and then Krisieva, and she's having to use all of that experience, especially in these big moments. And actually, again, coming out with her best tennis when it's really mattered. Did it against Rybakina, did it again against Keys, and looking like she's going to try and complete the job here today.
Hello. Little dose of her own medicine there for Maria.
Yeah, it seemed to come out the blue as well. It was very relaxed as she played it, set up for the traditional backhand, so the element of surprise.
Chip and charge. Did the job. She's in her head at the net, isn't she?
Yeah, and it's difficult to get a sense of that trajectory coming overhead. If it's not up and dropping down on you, it's much more difficult. If it's coming in at that kind of lower angle, then you have to really time it well. If it's pushed back deep and your body weight's not behind it, it's difficult. And she's had a different look every time, even on the overhead.
Well, this reaction is understandable in a way to the fight in that last return game where she had 2 chances to break back. Wasn't able to do it. Staring over the edge of the precipice right now. Would you believe it? Anisimova cannot understand how Tatjana Maria has won that point, but somehow she has. Feels like a long way back from here. Double breakdown.
Right back at her with everything she had. You could see her throw her own body weight at that ball, Maria. Just staying in the groove right now, Tatjana Maria. All those matches through qualifying, big wins here. Knows that she's nearly at the finish line.
She's feeling it now. You can just see it.
Yeah, not sure what answer to come up with next, is she? She's tried different things through the course, and Maria's had the answer every single time.
And it's not just the hand skills, Mel, which are off the charts good, aren't they? And that serve's amazing. It's the anticipation and the fitness to run down all those balls and keep asking questions in rallies.
Yeah, and the determination that she's shown, the mental strength, the self-confidence she's had in her game. Remember, she'd had a 9-match losing streak before coming into this event. But looks like the absolute best version of herself right now. Just loves playing in London, loves the grass courts.
Well, you feel if a comeback is to happen, it has to start here with a break back, one of them at least.
Oh, shot off the racket.
She's trying to inject the energy here, sending a message not just to herself but her opponent that she will not go quietly, and she certainly had chances in this set, 3 of them.
And she knew as she played that she'd missed it, the little skip to the left for Maria.
Oh, you have to give it to Amanda Anisimova. Mentally, that's so impressive. Would have been so easy to just drift away in this final, because she's been on the ropes for a large part of it, but she's still swinging and throwing punches out there.
Yeah, impressive. It just shows you can never count anyone out in a game of tennis, and at the highest level, however much the confidence in the moment might have gone. She said it yesterday, had to remind herself to stay in the present. In the present, she knows that she's a fantastic tennis player, that she's got the ability to hit through anyone out there.
Made it. Needs to keep making balls like that.
Yeah, she managed to get under the smash that time, and you can hear the difference in the connection again, that real strike off the strings.
Found the length. Finding some momentum to go with it.
Yeah, all of a sudden, you can see that the racket is being pressurized from Maria's side of the court. Pace and depth right into the corner of the court that time.
Fantastic combination with the kick serve and what followed. And Amanda Anisimova is fighting back hard in this second set. Just a break between them now. Well, it's not quite as straightforward as it was. 4-1 has evaporated. It feels like we're saying it all the time at the moment, but this is another important service game right now.
Oh.
Well, there's always
Outside
that.
edge. Yes. It's the 6th ace of the match.
Yeah, very much underrated part of her game, that serve.
Oh.
Now. Well, sometimes these are little moments, aren't they, that can just help turn the tide, and you feel like it might be turning a little bit out there.
Yeah, it's definitely feeling so, and luck can just go your way at times. Maria will be not happy to see that pop up and over her.
Well, that's
Hesitated.
ironic. She had so much time, which she hasn't had much of in this match so far.
Well, suddenly you can have time to think of where you're going to hit the shot, whether it's cross-court down the line with pace, and actually didn't accelerate to the ball at all.
Yeah, she's starting to find a real consistency of length again.
And you can see the result of that length with Maria's slice. It's more lifting to try and keep it deep rather than those knifing shorter ones where she can pull you around the court.
How good was that serve? She knows she needed it too.
Cecilia is up.
That's huge. In so many ways.
Well, it's not just impressive tennis-wise, is it, Sue? When you're a mother, you get distracted when your youngsters wake up or you see something different on the side of the court, but full focus in such a crucial moment of the second set.
Yeah, you are absolutely not wrong there. Well, Anisimova serving to stay in the match. Desperate to ask one more question.
Yeah,
Of
she's
the
gone into
German.
that quiet, in the zone mode. You can just see on her face, trying to quieten her own mind here.
We mustn't forget this would be the biggest title of Tatjana Maria's career. There are going to be nerves. For the umpteenth time in this match, the Tatjana Maria slice forces an error.
Yeah, the fact, again, with the fact she kept it low and short, just gets Anisimova coming up, but not on her own terms.
It's an elegant volley finish.
And it's the tactical play here that you need to use that big hit and then come in. It takes a lot physically in the legs to be able to do so, and the mind. A beautiful cut cross-court volley. She's felt she's had to do everything the hard way out here today, Anisimova.
That's a clever play. And that reaction says, why didn't I think of that earlier in the match? The short volley, making life difficult for Maria for a change.
It's difficult to play that shot when you're on the back foot as well. Higher overhead, behind you.
She gets her wish. One more chance to break the Tatjana Maria serve and keep this final alive. Well, Francis Tiafoe and many of the men are here practicing for the men's event next week. He's been treated to a quality final. But is it about to reach its conclusion here?
Players are ready.
It's a smile on the outside, but not on the inside.
That serve has delivered mightily today.
It's been so accurate down the tee, pretty much on the line.
There's the first sign of one or two nerves. So near and yet so far from glory.
Yeah, still committing to what she's been doing well. She's been very aggressive on the second serves.
Strong hearts and minds required now from both.
Yeah, the tension in the arena has completely mounted, ramped all the way up now.
What a magical moment for Tatjana Maria. The 37-year-old is the champion at Queen's to win the biggest title of her career, and she's done it all the way from qualifying. It's a family affair and a fantastic triumph. And look at the joy. Can you believe it? Extraordinary to take down another top 20 player. And the celebrations can truly begin here. Exquisite tennis all week. Daughter Charlotte with a huge smile on her face because her mum has just won the 4th title of her career. And I think even Cecilia may just have woken up for that. Utterly memorable, utterly charming, an elegant champion in every sense of the word with some sublime tennis. And it's Tatjana Maria.
How to start? I mean, Amanda, congratulations for this final to you and your team, of course. You're such a great person. I mean, I could not wish for a better final to play against you. I'm super, super happy. And I wish you all the best for Wimbledon and of the rest for the season. And if you want, I can give you the bigger one. No, and then thanks, of course, to the tournament, of course, to Laura, even that I didn't agree so much with one rule that Charlotte was not allowed to play on this grass court till she's 16, but anyway, it was such a great tournament. I mean, enjoyed every second here. Everybody made it so special, from the drivers. We had so much fun driving every day. Ball kids, everybody, referees, everybody who makes this tournament possible. It was such a pleasure to play here every day. And yeah, thank you so much. Of course, also to the crowd here. I mean, what an amazing week. From the first day, it was really full. It was such a nice atmosphere to play here in front of you all. I mean, to play tennis in front of this full crowd, it makes it so special. And for us players, we enjoy it so much. So thank you so much for coming and cheering for us. And of course, my family, my team. Today I have to say something because in France it's Father's Day, and my husband, he's really, really special. I mean, he's an amazing husband, coach. He does everything, and I mean, thank you so much for believing all the time in me. It doesn't matter how it goes, we always stick together. I think that's the most important. And of course, to our beautiful girls, Charlotte and Cici, I love you both. You are amazing. And of course, Guillaume, who keeps my body together every single day. No, you're amazing, and I think we have such a great team all together, so much fun, and of course we're going to celebrate after, and I cannot wait for this. Thank you so much.